Hey, Chris Ross here with 8 Digit Media. And today, what I want to answer is one of the biggest questions that I get from financial advisors all the time is what are some of the things that your best clients are doing that have provided consistent results year over year when it comes to converting leads into clients? One of the things that I can share with you that some of my best clients do is offer paid financial plans. Recently, I was talking with an advisor going over their numbers for the year, and the advisor that does not offer paid financial plans, their average cost per acquisition for a new client was $10,000. Now, for the services that he provides and the revenue that he's able to generate from that was okay with him. But one of my best performing clients that actually offers paid financial plans, their average cost per acquisition is $2,500. That is a complete night and day difference when it comes to converting leads into clients. And this is one of the reasons why I believe you should offer paid financial planning in 2025. So let's get into it. When it comes to the idea of being able to sell financial plans or offer that as a service in your practice, really the goal here is to accomplish two main objectives, in my opinion. One, it gives you the opportunity to have a diversified income stream, meaning you have a defined deliverable that you can give to a client, and it's not dependent upon them moving their assets over. It's not dependent upon them buying a particular product such as an annuity or life insurance or long-term care policy or whatever the case may be. The other thing is that really good high quality lead likely already has a financial advisor, and then they don't want to break up with the advisor. So even if you're super awesome and you have some really compelling reasons as to why they should move their money over, they still kind of have that emotional connection to that other advisor. Well, if you sell them a financial plan because they like what it is that you're saying, but this other advisor just isn't providing that particular service, then this gives you the opportunity to at least convert that lead into a client and generate some revenue from it. Now, they may not move the money over immediately, but if your plan is a really good plan and they see that their advisor cannot implement the strategies that are in your plan, it's a very good chance that that client is going to come back over to you. So really, you're just kind of playing the long game here, giving them a deliverable that's going to turn them into a client, but with the plan of them maybe moving assets and or purchasing products later. So that's really the overarching reason for why you would want to sell financial plans as a part of your practice. So another reason why you want to be able to offer paid financial plans in your practice is this gives you the ability to get a greater understanding of what the client actually needs in order to be successful when it comes to retirement or achieving whatever financial goal it is that they may have in place. With being able to get this really good understanding of what they need, this gives you, again, more knowledge, more firepower in understanding the different aspects of their life that maybe an existing advisor doesn't have. So perfect example is I was recently in a Wells Fargo bank opening up an account, and one of the bankers came over to me and wanted me to talk to one of the premier bankers that are in there, right? Their whole goal is to try to get people to move assets over. A big part of that conversation was trying to get a good understanding of all the things that I wanted to achieve as a business owner, what I wanted to achieve personal in life, things that my kids may want to do, just overall arching of like, hey, what is it that you want to see happen in the next 5, 10, or 15 years? And the reason why this is important is because now you can take the things that potential lead wants to achieve and you can really use that as a way to kind of get them to commit to taking action on them. So let's say spell out 3 or 4 different major milestones or major achievements that they want to make sure that they hit, then these could be trigger points for them being able to convert into a client. So part of your financial plan could be tied to these specific goals. And in order to help achieve those goals, they need to be able to implement your plan. So they either have the option of trying to implement the plan themselves, working with an existing advisor, which that other advisor is probably not going to want to do it, or coming back to you in order to get the help that they need in order to implement that. The more information that you can gather on your clients as it relates to the goals and the things that they want to achieve in life, I I believe the easier it would be in order for you to tie those achievements to different trigger mechanisms that will bring them back into your world so that you can potentially convert them into a client. So another reason why you want to be able to offer paid financial plans in your practice is going to come down to trust building. So this really kind of piggybacks off the last point that I wanted to make here is a lot of really good leads are already going to have an advisor. And the reason why they don't want to leave the advisor is because they have some trust in that particular advisor already. Well, you want to be able to start to build your own kind of trust factor with this particular lead as well. And going through the planning process will give you the opportunity to start to build that trust with that particular individual. So here's a scenario that you could potentially offer someone if they are going to purchase a financial plan for you. So let's say within that plan, there are 3 major milestones that they want to hit. And that first major milestone is going to be increasing the performance of some of their underperforming assets. Now, this could be an opportunity for you to maybe get a little portion of their overall portfolio, because you can go to them and say, hey, if the advisor that you're currently working with, or if they're managing their own portfolio, if they aren't getting the gains that they need in order to hit whatever that first major milestone is, and let's say they have an overall portfolio of $1 million, and just for easy math, we're going to say a third of that is in 3 different kind of buckets of money, for example. You can say, hey, let me manage your worst performing bucket of money so that I can show you how we can actually get you on track to start to achieve these goals. And this may give them a better chance of saying yes to moving some of that money over, because one, they're moving over their worst performing bucket of money and not all of that bucket of money. And then if you can perform well with that bucket of money, then there's a good chance that they're likely going to bring over the other 2/3 of that. So again, building that trust with that particular lead is going to give you the ability to be able to capture the rest of those assets and or again be able to sell additional products. So building up trust is another good way in order to use your financial planning as a way for client conversion. Another reason why you want to be able to offer paid financial planning in your practice is going to come down to a value proposition. Now, oftentimes on social media, I see ads all the time from advisors, and they will say that they will create a financial plan for a particular lead, and they'll just say that they're going to give it away. I think that's a really big mistake. I really think they are devaluing what a plan is really supposed to do, because if you really think about it, most people don't have a plan for life in general. We're really just kind of waking up every day and we're just going about our day in whatever shape, form, or fashion. Whatever things are thrown at us, we're just going to deal with that. But when it comes to finances, people really want to believe that they have a roadmap that they can follow. So I think having a really well-defined and thought out financial plan is something that is definitely very valuable and something that people will definitely pay for, because again, it gives them a roadmap to follow and it gives them the ability to let them know if they are on or off track. So if you are able to really create a very well thought out plan that's going to be easy to follow, and people can understand that, hey, by hitting these different milestones that I'm actually going to be on track, that is actually valuable for them, because it's going to give them peace of mind at the end of the day. Instead of just saying, hey, I'm going to just rely on the stock market to go up and continue to go up, and I'm going to take my distributions. If they know what's going to happen at these different major milestones in their life, that's going to give them more trust in you, more trust in the plan. They're going to see that as something as being way more valuable than someone who just says, hey, I'm just going to give the plan away, because what they really want to do is just capture the assets. Now, not to say that you don't want to capture the assets as well, but I really think people who are the most committed are people who will want a plan and would be willing to pay for it. So again, this gives you a very defined deliverable that you can give to them, and they are actually going to want to follow and trust in that plan. So that's another reason why you want to offer these paid financial plans. So another reason, right, that I want to go over as to why you should offer paid financial planning is you really want to look at planning from a holistic perspective. Now, for example, I'm a business owner, and right now I have more than a few different people that I have to talk to when it comes to finances. So I have a financial advisor, I have my CPA. Now my CPA really really acts more as a CFO because she helps me with tax planning. I actually have an estate planner that I have to talk to who is responsible for different aspects of my estate plan. Also is responsible for setting up different trusts. I have a business attorney that I work with as well. Every time I want to create a new business, I need to go and talk to him. And none of these people have ever talked to each other. I'm the person that's responsible for talking to all of these individuals and then trying to disseminate all this information to all these other people. Now, if you're a financial advisor and you're going to approach this from a holistic perspective, then you can become the single point of contact for your client, which is going to make it a lot easier for them to be able to achieve the different things that they want to do, because they only need to give the information to you and then you can coordinate everything on their behalf. So when it comes to retirement planning, tax strategies, estate planning, long-term care, whatever the case may be, if I can go to one person and have this one person solve all of these problems, this is going to be way more valuable for me than for me to have to talk to 3 or 4 or 5 different people, and I'm always going to have these different conversations with them. So having a financial plan and having it be more of a holistic plan that's going to cover all major aspects of someone's life, again, it's going to be another value proposition for you, and it's going to be another reason why people will say yes and would be willing to pay for that particular plan. And the last reason I'm going to give you as to why you should offer paid financial plans is this is going to become a tool that will ultimately serve as a client education tool. So again, the more that you learn about your client and the different things that they want to achieve, what the plan is going to ultimately do is educate them on the different aspects of the plan, which is going to give them a better understanding of why maybe you need to be the person who is actually going to help them implement that plan. So a lot of times people don't want to, for example, maybe move their money over to a different advisor, or they may be a bit hesitant on making decisions. And that just simply comes down to the fact that they are unsure about whether or not the decision that they're going to make is going to be the right decision. Well, with a well thought out financial plan, you can educate them on the different aspects of that plan and how all of those things work together to achieve that ultimate goal. So by better educating that particular lead, that presents a greater opportunity in order for them to believe in you, have more trust in you, trust in the actual plan, which is ultimately going to lead them to that big goal that they want to achieve. So that plan is really going to work as a education tool. And that is one of the final and main reasons why I think every financial advisor should be offering a paid financial plan in their practice. Now that I've gone over several reasons as to why I believe you should offer a paid financial plan in 2025, I want to know which one of you out there actually offers paid financial plans, and what are some of the conversion rates that you may have seen yourself, or maybe some of the stories that you're able to share with me in the comments below on how a financial plan was one of the main reasons why someone became a client. So leave a comment below with your feedback. I love to read it. That's all I have for you today. Let's make 2025 the best year, and let's go out and win.